Good morning, everybody. We have a mixed trade in the grain markets here early on Friday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. December corn futures down 1.5 at 406 and three quarters. January soybeans up 3.25 at 1148 and three quarters. December Chicago wheat down 2 cents at 586 and a quarter. December Kansas City wheat down 2 cents at 543 and three quarters. December spring wheat down 2 cents at 547. There's been a little bit of chatter about this idea of a national shutdown under a Biden presidency. They're floating the idea of this 4 to 6 week national shutdown that would control the virus. And the incoming Biden administration, I guess, is suggesting that the government would reimburse businesses and individuals who would lose income during this time frame. From an economic perspective, this would be an enormous disaster as it relates to our grain markets. And ethanol in particular, it would be a very bad deal. We saw what happened to ethanol over the spring when the country essentially shut down. We do not want to see a repeat of that. But the corn market may be a little bit on edge because of this. The corn market is now more than 20 cents removed from the highs that we posted just a couple of days ago. We're back below the levels that we were trading prior to that real bullish report earlier this week. So I'm not sure if that's why we're selling off here, but it's definitely a concern of mine as we move forward. Brazilian weather forecasts mostly favorable. The country should see rainfall over almost all of its key soybean growing areas over the next 5 days. The 6 to 10 day also looking pretty good. Argentina will see some rain during the next few days before a drying pattern emerges there. So I think overall Brazil looks pretty good. I mean, we've heard weather forecasters talk about La Nina and this dryness that's supposed to happen, and it is not happening right now. Argentina, we have actually seen some of the crop estimates there reduced, but overall, I mean, Brazil, South America, I think still looks pretty good. EIA was out with their ethanol report yesterday. Weekly output 977,000 barrels per day. That was up 1.7% on the week. Still down about 5% versus the same week last year. This was the best weekly print since mid-March. Gasoline demand was up 5% on the week, still about 6% below the same week last year. So ethanol on the road to recovery here. We're not back to last year's levels, but we've had two really good prints here over the last 2 weeks relative to what we had been seeing. And my fear here, of course, goes back to this idea of a national shutdown. And even what's going on right now, if you look at some of the big cities, like city of Chicago, for example, put this stay-at-home advisory back in place, and that's happening in a lot of the big cities across the country, which could, again, curb gasoline demand, and that's not a good thing. NOPA will release October crush data on Monday. Ahead of the report, the trade estimates that processors here in the U.S. crushed 177 million bushels of soybeans. That would be the largest October crush number on record if realized, and would represent an increase of about 1% versus the same month last year. So crush margins, despite the big rally in soybean prices, remain very good. We've got an export sales report this morning at 7:30 Central Time. Strong row crop sales, again, expected, although we haven't seen any big flash sales recently. Corn sales expected to be 700,000 to 1.6. Soybean sales expected 800,000 up to 1.8. Wheat sales expected 200,000 to 700,000. Remember, December grain options expire next Friday, November 20th. That sure came up fast. Be sure to take a look at any remaining open positions. The corn market, again, has set back. We posted fresh highs Wednesday morning. December corn futures, the nearby contract, traded up to 428. We're trading 407 here this morning. We're, again, back below those levels seen ahead of Tuesday's report. This national shutdown idea, again, a bad deal. Some people already talking about additional lost demand via ethanol, and the idea that you could very easily push this carryout projection for the U.S. back over 2 billion bushels. We haven't really seen any big flash sales in a while. We're looking for a good export sales number this morning, but some people might argue that that demand on the export front is slipping just a little bit. Corn market has added some carry. You've got about 10 cents of carry from Dece to March today. You've got 17 cents of carry from Dece to July, and that's a good thing if you have existing December corn sales, futures, or HTAs that you'd like to roll forward. You have bins, you'd like to capture carry. That carry wasn't there a few weeks ago. Soybean market is acting a little bit better than the corn market by comparison. We're only, 15 cents removed from those highs earlier this week. The selling pressure there has been muted, and maybe one of the arguments you can make is that, if there is this shutdown deal, it's not really going to affect the bean market in the way that it would affect the corn market because of the ethanol implication. Now, if you were to disrupt the export program for any reason, that would be hugely consequential. Wheat futures have set back quite a bit. We topped the December HRW wheat contract, I think it was last week at 581. We're down in the 540s here this morning, so we've lost a good 35 cents or so. Despite the sell-off, a lot of your key HRW wheat areas are slated to remain dry. You've got drought that continues to push from the western United States into the plains and even into parts of the Corn Belt. So still some weather issues there. Cattle market was a mixed bag yesterday. Fat cattle futures were marginally lower. Feeder cattle were more of a mixed affair. The hog market was higher. There was some cash cattle reported. Was it 110 to 111, which is an improvement on the week, and that's kind of what we thought it would be. We'll see if we can improve on that here today. Head of the cash open, the Dow Jones is up 220 points. The stock market hasn't reacted much at all to this national shutdown talk. We're still holding together very, very well. The S&P is up 26. The bond's about flat. U.S. dollar's about flat. Crude oil is down 60 cents at 40.53. Gold's up about $10. If you'd like some more information, visit my website, www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan. If you would like to know when, how, and specifically I am pricing corn, soybeans, and wheat throughout the year, check out that subscription service. It's $49 a month. You can cancel it at any time. There's no other obligation, no other fee, nothing like that. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you on Monday.